Yes, anyone? What was this thing about? Quick, I think it should be telling me immediately.
So
Oh,
basically,
yeah.
how the electronic products were, the supply of electronic products was getting lower during the pandemic, and it's about that.
Not in the pandemic, but especially after the second wave. Uh, in India, we see this is a global shortage and not only Indian. So why do you what triggered this global shortage? Can anyone tell? What do you think might have triggered this shortage? It's not written in this, but you may have to
So, like,
speculate.
after, if we go by general things, then during the pandemic, most of the factories and everything were closed because of the social distancing. So, the products or the raw material that need to be produced so as to create the final electronic might not be available.
No, but it is specified over here that it is because of the global shortage of semiconductor chips. So semiconductor specifically, it has been given that this particular raw material is not uh, available that easily right now. So what do you think might have triggered this? Okay, tell me one thing. How many of you had purchased um, an electronic device to attend classes, especially during pandemic? I mean, classes are online now. Specifically for this, how many of you are there? I just want to. Anyway, the students are also less only right now, 8, 9, 10, something other. So 18 students are there. So is there anyone who has purchased the device because of the pressure in your own household or your relatives? They might have purchased it. Raise your hand if you have seen that happening in your household. Anyone? None. That's okay. Two. Only two people. Maybe more, but they probably are not listening. But this has been a common phenomena across the world, where they had to purchase separate. I mean, phones are being used. You can consider a household where husband and wife both are working and they got two kids. So they can't they have a laptop between them and mobile and all. I mean, two people must be having it, but now four people need it because the classes are also there. So this has been the phenomena across the world where they had to purchase these devices. So there was sufficient supply till certain extent, but then when globally they were being used in pandemic, there's supposed to be a shortage because you are not planned for that. You don't plan for that, so that is disruption we see. So would you call it an uncertainty? What type of uncertainty would you call it? Implied demand uncertainty or not? This type of uncertainty caused in the global shortage of semiconductor chips, is it an implied demand uncertainty or not? Yes, anyone? Okay, what is implied demand uncertainty? First, let me ask if let's see if anyone is able to answer that. I talked about it in the last lecture. Implied demand uncertainty. What is that? So it is the uncertainty for which we have planned for. Like, the sales are going to go up in the festive season, so you plan for that ahead. But then, because of pandemic, which was actually unplanned, the pressure was eventually on the raw material supplier, and they are falling short of supplies of semiconductor chips, and without semiconductor chips you can't have these electronic devices running. Okay, so this is what you see over here. This is the significance of implied demand uncertainty that we were talking about the other day. Okay, now we talk about another piece of news, which is warehouse demand rises in small cities as e-commerce companies scale up. So please raise hand if you had read this one. How many of you have read this one earlier? Quickly raise your hand, because you're going to read it now and then raise hand. That doesn't make any sense. So none of you. See, why I'm sending these is because in exam probably you're not going to get straight questions. I might ask directly from this news, and you have to be aware about it. You have to think about this news piece which I'm sharing. If you don't think about it, eventually what will happen is you will be writing random things in exam. Or I may ask, even if it is objective, I'll be framing questions from these. So you have to be aware about it. Okay, so let me talk about it. Uh, Warehouse demand is rising in the small. Of course, in the metro cities, we know that people are more aware, and uh, they are heavily using online shopping uh, avenues. But so what has happened is that tier 2 cities are witnessing greater warehouse absorption. And specifically, it is also written that because of e-commerce companies, and like Amazon, Flipkart, Reliance, so they tier 2 cities. So Jaipur is a tier 2 city. People are, because of pandemic, people have been exposed to the online shopping, and they have found that they can better use that better make better they can use better ways of ordering rather than going to market and doing it. So so the you can see here the kind of cities which are listed over here are like Lucknow, Raipur, Bhopal, Vadodara. I mean, Jaipur is there. So uh, these cities are witnessing 100 to 200,000 square feet deals compared to uh, 25,000. So you can see the amount of percentage rise. So eightfold, fourfold to eightfold rise in the demand for storage. Because when you are running an e-commerce company, you definitely need storage space where you can do in transit merge. I mean, we are going to talk about it, how they do it later on. So uh, it has triggered the demand for storage space. So this is another implication of COVID which you see over here. One implication which we saw, that it is leading to global shortages of semiconductors. On the other hand, it is leading to increase in warehousing spaces across India, especially in tier 2 cities, for the simple reason that people are now more preferring to order online, and this market is set to grow now. Okay, let's talk about the third piece of news which I shared. Amazon is looking for vendor partners to replace Cloudtail. How many of you heard about this term, Cloudtail? Cloudtail, you've seen this? What is Cloudtail? Anyone? Cloudtail is the law of Indian government is that Amazon can't open up a facility of its own or can't register as a itself can't register itself as a vendor. Okay, so what these people have done is Amazon people, they have hired a third party like Cloudtail, and they sell the products through Cloudtail. Okay, of course, the small retailers and in retailers can also sell through the Amazon marketplace, but then Cloudtail is in partnership with Amazon is selling all these. Okay, now this is another aspect of supply chain that I talk about. This news piece is talking about is that supplier selection. Cloudtail has been good, but then its contract is getting over now. As you can see, Amazon is scouting for vendor partners to replace Cloudtail, one of the largest sellers in e-commerce platform, which is ending its business in May after being target of attacks and allegedly flouting India's foreign investment rules. So what has happened is that Cloudtail has come into the lens of investigation because they have not followed certain rules laid down by the Indian government. So now US based online retailer Amazon is looking for companies that are owned and run by Indians and are preferably already in e-commerce space. So they are looking for there are many stores actually around India who have their own websites for placing an order and all. Especially in South, they are more prevalent as compared to that in North. So it is also written that Amazon will have no stake in such vendors, they said. So it is actually not allowed. Amazon can't have stake in those vendors, and they will secure products directly from brands and manufacturers to sell on Amazon. Okay, so Amazon is largely acting as a. So what is the benefit of having a large retailer like Cloudtail for Amazon? Because the products are already aggregated by Cloudtail. If that is not the situation, what is going to happen is they have to deal with too many vendors. Amazon, let's say they don't have a big vendor like Cloudtail, they have small vendors which are already there on Amazon. And see, at times many products which are being shipped through Prime, Amazon Prime, are coming from Cloudtail because they can aggregate all the products from Cloudtail and they can lower their transportation cost also. If small vendors are there, they are going to face losses in transportation. So so this company wants to there's a company which wants to talk with Amazon to become to replace Cloudtail, and they are evaluating that whether they can go for large scale supplier or not. And probably because Cloudtail will be vanishing after May, so you will find that this Cloudtail fulfilled by Amazon and shipped by Cloudtail or seller is a Cloudtail. You check it when you are placing an order
Yes, sir.
on Amazon. So that name is going to vanish soon. And Amazon, they're expecting an investment of 100 crores. So that kind of vendor is required where they have that large investment, because here again they want to see the magnitude and the strength of the vendor. So magnitude of the investment which they can make, they have to be powerful, and now they have to compete with as Jio also. Over a period of time, you would see that Jio is going to become a giant, and it's going to give big competition to Flipkart and Amazon both. Although it's still budding, but it is definitely going to be the case. So this is another situation in front of when you are managing online supply chains, especially global ones. You have to partner with local vendors and all to grow your business, and there are certain rules which have to be followed. Okay. Now I'm going to give the test, and it will be of 10 minutes. So